Good morning, everybody. Fix that.
Great morning.
Good morning. Yes, I want to hear people.
Probably some background noise. Great morning, Nancy. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. I'm excited about this morning, seeing everybody's faces and hearing everybody share. Good to see you, Gwen. Good to see you, Carolyn, Katie, Elaine, Kathy.
Good morning. I'm muted, but good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I've been praying for your dad.
Thank you. That means so much. Thank you.
He looks like he's doing great.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's like Chuck Norris on chemo. I mean, he's doing so good.
Well, praise the Lord.
Yes.
We are
Debbie.
grateful.
Hello.
Hi. Good to see you.
Hey, thanks for joining me.
Good morning.
This is fun. This is kind of like a reunion.
I know.
Wow. Well, we're going to give everybody a few minutes to hop on, so we can just kind of mingle and chit chat until then.
Awesome.
Is anybody excited about anything for August so far?
Everything. The company is amazing. I'm just can hardly wait for a seminar.
Oh, I know. It's going to be over the moon.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nina.
Did you hear you?
I don't know. I don't think so. Nina, good morning. She's working on it. I've also opened up the chat on the side, so if anybody wants to, text anything to anybody or whatever while we're doing our meeting this morning, feel free to do that.
Cool.
Nina, can you hear us? Okay.
So I'm going to miss seminar.
Why?
My daughter's getting married.
Oh my goodness.
So that's what I'm excited about.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I registered, and I'm hoping Pam Shaw thinks that they're going to record it for those of us who registered, or at least the speaker. So I hope so.
I was wondering if they were going to or not, because I know I have several people who work and can't see all the sessions, but with them showing highlights from the other seminars to everybody, I feel like they would have to record it, right?
I would think, or at least the big speeches and such,
yeah.
Which I think they do anyway. So
yeah. Nina,
hi there.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you. I actually dialed in because I'm driving, but then I thought I wouldn't be able to see your pretty faces. So I just pulled over. Can you mute me, or can I do this from my phone?
Yeah, you can, or I can mute you either way. We all said good morning, but you didn't say anything. So we're like, I don't think her audio's on yet.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I have a lot of appointments out at NAS Pensacola today. So, oh yeah. It's all good. So if you could please mute me, then that way I'll just drive and I can hear everything that you're saying.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Done.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning,
This
Mara.
is Vieta. Hey,
Good morning,
Nancy.
Vieta.
It's great to see you.
It's good to see you. We're going to hear from you a little bit this morning, I think.
Okay, ma'am. I'm traveling, and what I'm excited about is I get to be with my mommy in St. Thomas for seminar.
Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, but right now I'm taking care of dropping my daughter off to college this weekend.
Wow, that's
So-
something.
I'm really thankful to be on the call with you all for the first time in this position.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully you'll be at a place where maybe you can share a few things with us as we get into
Okay.
this morning. If not, it's okay.
All right.
Definitely want to hear from you a little bit.
Understood.
Let's see, who did I miss? Anybody? Welcome, Whitney. Welcome, Myra. Gwen, did I say good morning, Gwen?
No, good morning.
Good morning. It's good to see you.
Good seeing all you guys.
Right? Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm old school, and those of us who've been in for a while, we remember Kate's director's meetings. So this agenda is going to be very much like Kate's. Hey, Jara, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Julie. Okay, so this is going to be very similar. So we're going to do some personal recognition for the month of July that just ended. And then we'll do unit recognition for the month of July. And we're going to go over like what people are excited about from finishing June and July at the end. And then if anybody has any fun ideas, I figured we would just share. We haven't been together for a while, so I really wanted to do this. And I appreciate all of you coming on in support this morning. I know Callie did it, was on vacation and didn't have the opportunity to plan it or get it together. And there were several other directors that I talked to that weren't able to get on this morning because they had prior commitments and it wasn't something that was already on the calendar. So I appreciate all of you being on. And I think these directors meetings are so important. I don't know about you guys, but I just gleaned so much when we're together. And sometimes it's not even what's taught. It's just something that's caught. I mean, you know, that's a cliche, but something that's heard that somebody says, well, I'm doing this. And you're like, oh man, I need to do that. Or that's a great idea. So I'm excited because I really do believe that iron sharpens iron. And when all of us get together, you know, there's no stopping us. And wow, watching the victories at the end of June, watching everybody box like their thing, that was really something. I don't know about you guys, but I was like, what pandemic? Come on, Gulf Coast directors have it going on. So I was really excited to see all that, and we'll have some time at the end for those shares because everybody wants to know like what you did or how you did it, and so we'll definitely have some time for that at the end. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of career path recognition. So if you are a sales director, we want you to wave wildly if you're a sales director. Kate used to say just a sales director, but I thought that was mean. So sales directors, if you are a senior sales director, wave. Yay, I'm really proud I get to wave for that one. And you are a future executive, which means you have 3 or 4 offspring sales directors. Are there any future executives on with us? Okay, so positions are open for all of us to just go get 2, 3 offspring and get there, right? Okay, so we have some brand new sales directors that are joining us. So if you're a brand new sales director, we want you to unmute. Vieta, this is you. If you can unmute for a moment and maybe just tell us a little bit about how you finished.
Hi, everybody. Well, it was simple. It was God, capital G-O-D. Can I say it again? Capital G-O-D. He put something in my heart that I already had on my goal poster for 2019-2020 that I wanted to finish. And what I did was I actually put our Mary Kay pin in one corner. Then I put team leader in the second corner, future director in the third corner, and in the last corner, director. And for me to see him get me so close, because I literally came down to the wire June 30th, and I was able to say, oh, 1, 2, 3, hit the mark, amen. Not only that, consistency. I was able for the first time to do the all-star and be able every quarter, but also each month to meet that. And so that was like, oh my goodness, God, look how much you. And then I also didn't realize how close I was to Princess Court. He helped me hit Princess. So then it was like, okay, Vieta, July 1st, you need to declare DIQ. And this was on the literally the 1st of June that I've been considering it again, because I felt like I'd gotten so close, but I wasn't sure how I could finish. And somebody said to me, stop saying how and take a circle, put it around the word. God gave me, look at the word how, H-O-W, yes, God. It's who. And I said, okay, W-H-O. And he said, who am I? I said, you're God. He said, okay, so when you see the word how, when it pops up on your register in your brain, I want you to remember how is really who, and who, it's God, and who's bringing you to where you need to go. It's me. So depend on me. Don't try to figure out the how, because I've got that all handled. What he did was allowed me to get 4 new team members on the 30th of June. He also allowed me to help all of our team members get activated before that. So we went into DIQ with the 15 of us. Of course, we needed 10 active. And then once we got in with the different team members, they were signing up people. The $30 e-start helped us out all so much. And he just began to provide the funding. And we had at least 4 or 5 of them that said, I want to start off as a star. And instead of just being a sapphire, they wanted to be ruby. So we'd already gone on target for the car in June. From like the 16th or 17th, we saw that shift. We were on target for car. So by the 1st, we were like, okay, let's shut this down in 1 month. And I'm telling you, ladies, to know that God helped me do it in 14 days. He helped us to get all production, everybody together. We ended with 25 active consultants, 16 of mine as first line that were necessary. We were able to shut down car production as well as directorship on the 14th of July. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I definitely didn't expect it. All I can say is God did it. And I know a part of my impetus was when I first started Mary Kay, my daughter, I was a single parent at the time. By the time I got into Mary Kay and continued, I had to go out and come back in. And I was blessed when I came back in to be under some of the best people, not only through Atlanta, but also through Pensacola.
Hang on there. How did I get on that screen all of a sudden?
And as I wrap it up, what he did for me
Hold on one
is
second.
that
Okay, I just loved it when Nathan
Okay, I
was talking on
everybody
our
to
awards, and I'm
mute.
sure he did the same for you, Gina. And he
I'm just gonna
reminded us
see if I
that
can mute
we've
everybody.
had
that's
some
here.
phenomenal months these last couple of months. And
Hold on 1 minute, ladies.
you're good, Nancy. Yes, love. So the great thing is that had done what he had accomplished was when I first came in, I had a dream to take care of my daughter. I had moved to Pensacola. I didn't know anyone but an elderly couple. They are now since deceased. I didn't know people, and God said, this is what I'm giving you. And it was in a matter of 3 days that he provided a car, a home, a daycare for my daughter, and the JOB was actually my career in Mary Kay. And I'm telling you now, here I am, and my daughter decided she wanted to finish high school early and get into college. Not only has she done the same thing I did when I was younger, but we are able to say, okay, baby girl, guess what? Your first tuition payment and that second tuition payment, it's been Mary Kay. We've also been able to get my first cards that say independent sales director on there. And I was able to order my car. And so I was just like, God, look at you, just showing up and showing out that I could show my baby. Mary Kay has so much merit. It's got so much going on. And I'm over the top excited. And my parents do not know I'm going in. They don't know I'm going to make sure that their move in the next 3 weeks is going to be with my help. I'm going to make certain that they get to come on up to Pensacola and they're going to have all that they need. So, you know, I see God just doing all kinds of crazy stuff, just amazing. And all I can do is give him the praise. I cannot tell you anything other than I was acting. I was staying as consistent as I possibly could, despite all the crazy. And one thing that I never did through the pandemic, and I'm grateful, is that I didn't allow my spirits to be down. He kept on helping me to be up and helping to lift others up. People would be like, oh my goodness, how do you have a smile on your face in this pandemic? At that time, I probably had a couple of team members that were active. It wasn't about business. It was just, oh, well, God's given us life. I had people, personal people to me, close to me, dying in the midst of all of this pandemic as a result sometimes of COVID-19. but a smile was on my face because he was keeping me alive. Keeping me alive, keeping others that I know alive. I also know that God performed miracles. One of my close friends was in a coma for weeks, and God brought him back from that COVID-19 situation. I'm telling you, God is amazing. That is how he helped me to do it. And he has allowed us to end the month with 3 new red jackets. One of them is a future director. She just declared on the 1st this month. The second one is a team leader, and both those two have been able to get on target for their first car. And then my mom, who I'm going to, she brought 3 people in at the end of July. So I'm just like, okay, God, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on doing it. And so thanks for the time to talk. I hope anything that I said has blessed anyone. And I'm grateful to be with you all.
Absolutely, Vieta. Oh my word. Wow. Yes, we're all applauding you. That is amazing. And one of the things that I thought about that was if we just keep doing the work, God's going to bless the effort. I mean, we reap what we sow. That's biblical. It may not be when we expect to collect that harvest, but he will give us the reaping time. And it sounds like he has showed up and showed out in a glorious way, Vieta, with your girls. That
Amen.
is amazing. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank
Do we
you.
have any other new sales directors on with us this morning? Okay. Do we have any new senior sales directors on this morning? Okay. Well, I'm going to do a shout out for Ashley Bruneau because she has, she's a new senior, and her girl, right? Yes. Her girl name is Crystal, and she lives in Texas, I believe in the San Antonio area, if I am correct. But she started her business, you guys, in December, and she did, I want to say, National Court of Sales, I think, from December to June, or I know she did Princess Court, but it might have been National Court of Sales.
I think she might have done Queens.
Was it Queens Court?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of sharing. So maybe I don't know about sales.
Okay. It was one of the other. But anyway, to do the court thank you, Whitney, from December to June, I mean, 6 months, you guys, half the year, and she did either one of them. I mean, that's amazing. And she became a sales director at the end of July. So 7 months from signing her agreement. So I'm excited for that. And that makes Ashley a new senior sales director. So we'll applaud for Ashley. Yay. And for Crystal, because that's awesome too. That's awesome. Okay. So what about new car drivers? Do we have any Malibu car drivers on here? Malibu? Let's wave if you're in a Malibu. Yay, Nicole. Who else? Vieta. Woo-hoo. Okay, so our Malibu car drivers, is anybody new? Did you just win the car like at the end of June? Anybody?
Yes, we did.
Yay, Nicole. Tell us how that transformed.
It was, crazy, consistent, trying to keep them consistent, trying to keep growing. We kind of have a small unit, but they are quite mighty. And so they just were kind of pulling out all the stops, and we just had, actually in March, we had one of our highest months as a unit, which was shocking with everything going on. But they did great. So I was super proud. So yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Feels good.
It does.
Where are our premier directors, premier club directors? Wave at us. Yay, Nina.
Hey, Nancy, it's Myra. We did too.
Oh, hey. Okay, awesome. Well, tell us, Myra, about winning your car. How did that transform?
Well, it's a humbling situation when you have to step back a little bit to regroup. But I'm so thankful that you're a part, that you can be a part of a company who doesn't look down on you for having to step back in order to step up. And not only did we step back up, but we had one of the highest months that we had ever had, as a unit. And like many of us, we have a small unit, but we're mighty. We're spread out all over the place because of my military career, you know, but you know what, this technology allowed us to get back together in a mighty way, which you know what, I like Viet, I think God works in mysterious ways. We hear that all the time. And my unit is closer together now than even before. And it's all because we were forced to meet electronically.
Right.
Whereas, you know, it's normally you would have to try to travel to them or go work with them or go do, well, you know what, the technology has been there all the while. And since we've been forced to use it more, it brought the unit closer. And I said, you know, like, it's just amazing what he allows to happen to put you in the mindset of doing what you need to do. So as a result, you know, we pulled the car back together, and, you know, it's really a blessing. It's really truly a blessing.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Myra. Yay. Yeah, did I miss anybody else? Okay. All right. So now we're at Premier Club, and we have Nina and Julie. Okay. Premier Club directors. Anybody just finished a car? Okay. Any Premier Plus directors? Anybody in that Traverse?
I'm a Premier Plus. We earned, I chose the Mini Cooper.
Yay.
We earned it in April, May, March. Yeah, so I'm super grateful. That's going to be really fun to pick up.
So the car's not here yet?
No, you know, there, as we all know, there's a big delay because of COVID, but I mean, you know, grateful. So I'm running around in my Equinox, and the Mini Cooper's my 11th car, y'all.
Wow. That's awesome. So, and then of course you guys know this year, the new Premier Plus vehicles, oh my word, like what? The Camaro, and I don't even know what kind of truck that is, but that's awesome for.
I know, I called the company to ask them if I could change to the Camaro, and you know, my order was already placed, and you know, it had already been a couple months, but I'm like, that's okay, I don't need to be distracted. We need to be focused on getting the pink Cadillac. They put me in a Camaro, I may never get in a pink Cadillac, so.
That's funny.
Nancy, it's called the Colorado, and you know I am so all over that thing right now. Oh my word, y'all, that is going to be and the Camaro is my favorite car, but I am all over that Colorado. You hear me? In Jesus' name, baby, it will be parked in my front yard. You hear what I'm saying, y'all?
Myra,
I can see that.
So badass in that truck. Oh
y'all know,
gosh.
y'all see me. Y'all see me, right? Y'all see me,
I
right?
can see you in that, Myra. I'll come over so we can go riding.
Oh, I love it. That's wonderful. I know. I thought the same thing. Like, sure, wait till I win this and then come out with Camaro and a truck and, you know, all that. So, but yeah, those are some nice choices. And I love that our company is looking at how to reward us with new exciting things, especially in this time. Like, they didn't have to change anything, and they came out with not just one new thing, but 2 or 3 new things, which is wonderful. So I'm really excited about that. So do we have any Cadillac directors on the call? Nancy Vickery, can you unmute and tell us when you earned your Cadillac? Because I know it was recently.
Yeah, hold on. I was telling y'all, yeah, hold on, and I was muted. Okay. Yes, we earned the Cadillac at the end of March. We still do not have it, y'all, but the company is so awesome. They gave us the extra money between, because we haven't gotten it, we got the extra money up since we don't have it yet, and we probably won't get it till September or October. So pretty excited. You know, it's just a great company. I love our company. It was just fabulous. But right now we're driving our Traverse, but we will get the Cadillac. So yay.
Yay, that's awesome, Nancy. And that's really cool that they're even giving the cash. That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't
know that. I just got that. I mean, I just got it put on my deal that I was going to get it. So I didn't even know that. So I don't, anyway. It was called delayed delivery or something. Anyway, I don't know. But it was pretty, yeah.
Whatever it is, we receive it.
Yeah. It came from God. It just came handed down through our company from God. Yeah.
That's awesome. Any other Cadillac directors on here? Okay, well, I am a Cadillac director. Yay! We finished at the end of June, and man, we worked hard to get that Cadillac. I've been talking Cadillac for about 2 years, and we finally chased that goal down, and it was so much fun. A lot of activity going on. You guys know how it is at the end of the year, or even at the end of a big goal, whatever quarter that is, where you're finishing up a car. And it was amazing. So I feel very blessed and grateful too. Who would have thought that we'd have all these new directors and new car drivers in the midst of COVID-19? Like, I just feel like, to me, there's like a switch in my brain that's like, you know, we're limitless. We truly are. God is God, and this stuff has nothing on him. I mean, you know, who can be against us? So if you haven't flipped that switch yet in your head, I encourage you today to just flip it. Like Vieta said, she went from, you know, getting 4 people at the end of June, getting her people activated, and in 14 days, she did DIQ, you guys. That's huge. And had people not just coming in with 225s to get them active, but hey, I want to be a star, and not just 18, but a 24. I mean, that's God. So that's so awesome. It excites me. I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to happen this month and September and finishing up this quarter. Aren't you guys? Okay, so we're going to do some, oh wait, do we have any Cadillac Plus drivers on here? I don't see any, but I did want to ask, because now there's Cadillac Plus where you get the 3 seats. And I'm going to do a shout out for Gabby. I know Gabby Jones isn't on here this morning, but if you guys watched the Voxer group in June, she earned her Cadillac by June 15th. And then by June 30th had earned Cadillac Plus, which was an additional 18,000 in 15 days. Like, I was like, whew. So I was trying to track mine. So I got on the Voxer like July 16th, and I was like, Gabby, what did you do? How'd you do that? You know, because that's what we do for each other. We encourage and inspire one another. So even if you think you're not encouraging or inspiring anyone, you are wrong. Like, we all are impacting other people that we don't even know. So everybody, you know what I mean? Like, not that everybody's a hawk and watching every single move that you make, but we do inspire one another by our goals. So I was just really proud. So yay for Gabby. I know she's Cadillac Plus. I don't know if we had any other new Cadillac Plus drivers in the area, but that's really exciting, I think, too. So, okay, so let's look at some personal recognition for the month of July. So if you don't know your numbers, just kind of ballpark it in your head. We're going to start with personal wholesale. So what you personally ordered in July. So let me see our sparkler winners. Everybody who did 600 or 600, at least 600, everybody. Okay, great. And I know the earrings were beautiful. I have mine right here so I could just show everybody, like, so pretty. And this neck, by the way, just the necklace for this month is way prettier than it looks in that picture. Way prettier. I've seen it on a couple of national sales directors on their pictures. Oh my goodness, because it's big, it's not small, and it looks just really gorgeous. And I think it's going to be really fitted well with these earrings too. So, okay, so July wholesale. If you ordered 1,000, wave 1,000. Yay, Katie, Nicole, Julie, Vieta. If you ordered Carolyn, if you ordered 1,200, wave. Yay, Carolyn and Vieta. Okay, if you ordered 1,500, wave. Carolyn and Vieta. All right, here. If you ordered 1,600, wave. 1,600? 17? 1,700? Oh my gosh. Okay, Carolyn, how much did you order in July?
I ordered 3,200.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I wish you were my personal team member so bad right now. That is awesome, Carolyn. Okay, Vieta, how much did you personally order in July?
3,000.
3,000. Okay, so Carolyn, you are our queen of wholesale for the month of July. Share with us a little bit about how that came about.
My end of the year sale was just enormous. It was the biggest sale I've ever had, the biggest month I've ever had personally. And so I was just restocking.
So what was your end of year sale like? Like what kind of thing do you offer?
I offered up to 50, well, some things actually that were getting ready to expire, like old limited edition stuff. They were deeply discounted, and just made an effort to stay on that VIP page as much as possible, and going live as much as possible, and it just made a huge difference.
That is awesome. Anybody have any questions for Carolyn? Okay, Carolyn's like, please don't put me on the spot. Okay, yay, Carolyn, our queen. We'll let you off the hook. That is amazing, wonderful, great. That's awesome. Okay, so then we have personal new team members in July. Personal. If you added at least one new team member in July, wave. Okay, 2, keep waving. 3, you bronze medaled. Okay, I see Vieta waving. Anybody else bronze medal? Okay, Vieta, how many people?
I was going for gold. I bronze medaled. And I had to, because I needed to make certain that we went into this new month strong. I wanted us, since we'd already completed, to make sure that we stepped in with the right kind of momentum. And obviously it has brought great results, because my people were recruiting right up to the last minute as well.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Woohoo.
Thank you.
Okay, July personal sales. So this is what you actually sold in the month of July. If you at least sold $1,000, wait, $1,000. Look at all our $1,000 people. Okay, if you sold 1,500 in July, 1,500. I'm not waving, by the way. Okay. All right, if you sold 1,800 in July. Okay, anybody else but Nina? Debbie. Okay, so if you sold 2,000 in July, wait. Okay, Nina, how much did you sell?
Am I muted or am I on?
On.
Oh, great. I sold over $1,800. I refuse to believe that people aren't brushing their teeth or washing their hair, so they're not running out of shampoo or running out of toothpaste. And so that's kind of how I talk with my customers. I called, like pick up the phone and dial, just to see how they were doing.
Nina. That's my girl from Jersey.
Just thanks. Just to see how they were doing. I wanted to call my customers, make sure that they were okay. They're all over the US. And I said, so are you running out of toothpaste? And they said, what? And I said, well, are you running out of toothpaste? And they said, is Mary Kay selling toothpaste? I said, no, but they're selling their cleanser and moisturizer. And I'm pretty sure you're running out of that too. And they laughed and I laughed, and they bought cleanser and moisturizer. I mean, you got to keep it light, right? You got to keep it real. And that's all that I did. So, I mean, I earned my 14th diamond ring in June, early. And it's because of sales, it's because of customers, it's because of really good customer service. And I don't know if you all are like having to deal with other customer service people in other companies, but these days they're not very friendly. And I'm not understanding why.
Yeah.
So instead of complaining about someone not giving me good customer service, I decided that I would give the best customer service to my customers. And so, it's always been 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, right? But if they didn't order from me last month, I'm calling them again this month to say, how's your toothpaste going? I mean, you got to keep it light. So
awesome.
I know it was over 18. I don't I don't know the exact number. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's awesome. And just, Nina, a quick question about how many customers do you have in your customer base?
You know what? I put about 220 on my preferred customer list. And then I put, I probably have about 380 that I service.
Wow. That's
So,
awesome. Way to go.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You know, and some of them, you know, they only order once a year. Or they only order during my year-end sale, which is in December. And some order like all of the time. So just depends. It just depends.
Wonderful.
And you know, I really rely on the preferred customer program. I really do. And that's really important, especially with the new products that are coming out. I really truly believe that they need to have that book in their hand. And can I just say something about the pre-order thing that I'm doing for my unit?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have been all over this pre-ordering, taking pre-orders, you know, making sure that on the 10th everybody can order. But when they order at least 300 wholesale by the 10th, they get a new lookbook, which they don't have, and one of each of all of the samples of the lip glosses, and they get it immediately. Like I have people already that have ordered, they already have the new lookbook. They already have the samples. They're already out selling to their customers, showing them, you know, they're doing their Facebook Lives on their VIPs. And that's what I'm doing. And should they do a 600 before the 15th, they get their choice of a lip gloss, but they have to do it quickly because we could only order limited amounts. So they're going crazy. Okay. They're like, well, I'm going to get one of those Fancy Nancy's from you. Okay, great. You know, so
they
it
better
really
claim
stirred, right. It really, and they're all talking to each other about, well, she only has two. Well, yeah. You know, so I mean, they're really jumping over themselves to get these free products to get in. I had the biggest PCP participation because I really drove the point home this year. And I have 16 people registered for seminar. Yay!
Woo! Awesome.
Okay,
way to go.
Thank you.
And Queen of Sales in July. That's awesome. I'm one of those people, I like what you said, like you're not one of those people who buy into the fact they're not out of their toothpaste, they're not washing their hair, right? I have heard so many times, and I know you guys have too, oh, well, it's July. Oh, well, July is always a slower month. It's the end of the year. People are gone on vacation. Y'all, have y'all heard I'm not the only one, right? So, okay. So
they still brush their teeth.
Yeah. And I never want to let that sink into my brain, because I feel like if I believe that, then I'm going to let myself off the hook and not try my best for that month, because not everybody goes on vacation. Not everybody did a big push at the end of June. There's new people. I mean, you know, we get what we want and what we expect. So I think that's real important that you said that, Nina. And congratulations for your sales in July. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, we're going to switch and turn the page to unit recognition. So we're going to start with sparkler winners. So if you had, I don't know, let's see, let's start with 3. If you had at least 3 unit members who did 600 or more by the end of the month and earned their sparkly jewelry, wave at us so we can see who you are. If you had at least 3. Okay, if you had 4 people earn their sparkler jewelry, keep waving. Awesome. Whitney, Nina, Nancy, Vieta. If you had 5 people earn their sparkler jewelry, keep waving.
Do we count as one of the 5?
Yes. Yes. If you had 6 earn their sparkler jewelry. 7. Oh, this is fun. 8 sparkler jewelry winners. Nobody. Okay, so go back to 7. Let me see if you had 7. Nina, Elaine, Vieta, did you have 7? No? Okay, so we had Elaine and
no.
Okay, so Elaine and Nina had 7. So Elaine, will you unmute and tell us how that came about? Like, did you have a focus on it? How did you get those sparkler winners? Can you unmute? I got you. No? There we go.
You're talking to me because I couldn't hear what you said. Great morning, everyone. Gulf Coast directors, I miss you guys. So I'm excited to be on, and Happy New Year. For the sparkler winners, I just tell them to focus on 40. We do a 2020 vision, focus on 40 daily. And then I fell in love with the earrings. I never opened my jewelry. I have so much jewelry from Mary Kay, but for whatever reason, these earrings just kind of got me excited, and I was excited about it. So I talked about how great those earrings were and how everyone needed a pair. So they focused on their daily goal of 40, and I recognize them for putting into Facebook and also texting me that they have their 40. They did their 40 that day, because when they focus on 40, that's $1,200 a month. That's $600 for them and $600 to reinvest. And so it's really simple. They don't have to say, well, I don't have the money for to place my order. Plus, I did tell them, this is the starting gate. We're at the beginning. If you miss this month, you'll miss the consistency.
Right.
And so they were like, ooh. So they were excited getting on to just getting their sparkle. Start a chain. We're going to spark that chain reaction.
Yes.
July is the month. Yes.
Elaine, thanks for sharing that. I love that $40 daily. Like, that sure does break it down to make it sound way simple, right? I have never heard that before, but that's really cool. So I like that. Thank you. Who else had 7 winners? Nina? Okay. Wait, I gotta unmute you. I'm trying. There we
It popped up. I'm unmuted. Okay. So I shamed them into it. I did. You know, in June, we didn't do a great push. We just had this train running through. It just kept running. We had amazing things that were happening. So in July, I basically said, you know, I would really encourage you to take the money that you would have spent on seminar and invest it in your business. Don't miss out on these earrings. Don't miss out on the first of 12 months, because if you do that, you're going to miss out on everything for the rest of the year. And so I basically shamed them into it. It was bad.
Well, it worked.
Sorry. It worked.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea, because we didn't spend that money going to Dallas. So
right, and that's something that we could still be talking about to the girls who are registered for seminar, that they didn't spend $1,000 to go to seminar this year.
Right.
So if they had that already planned to spend, why wouldn't they invest in their business and products?
Makes sense. Yay. And congratulations for 7 sparklers. Woo-hoo.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Okay, I'll see if I can mute you again. Got it. Okay, so our next thing is unit production. So for your unit production, let's see everybody who did 5,000 wave. We'll start at 5. I think that's what Kate used to do, 5,000. If you did 6,000, keep waving. 7,000, keep waving. 8,000, keep waving. 9,000, keep waving. Nancy Vickery, it looks like you're our queen. So can you unmute and tell us what your grand total was with your unit?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was It was 10,000 something. I can't remember, but something 10,000 something. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. And so how did you do 10,000 something in July without 7 sparkler winners?
Well, we had 6 sparkler winners, but you know, I don't know. We just had the momentum going, I guess. And then there are people that wanted to make sure they did the 600, like Elaine said, for the rest of the year. I mean, for, you know, the 6 months. But basically, it was, you know, that's it really. I don't know, because I was sort of, my daughter got married in July, so July was a great, and she just decided like 3 weeks before that they were getting married. So it was a real wild month for me. So it was just kind of like you know, I try to keep everything going, but anyway.
That's incredible. So you had a wild month, you had a impromptu wedding, and you were still our queen for unit production for the month. So hats off to you, Nancy Vickery.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I think that goes to show us that if we just keep on, it's like Nina was saying, it's like that success train, it's moving. That momentum is going to carry you through. So congratulations for a great month. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so let's look at our Great Start qualifieds. How many Great Start qualifieds did you have in the month of July? And here's one thing I want to remind you all of, because sometimes, you know, we don't know where to find things. So if you're not sure where to find, like we know when somebody comes in and boom, they do a star order or they do a 600 on the spot, we know they're Great Start qualified. But there is a report, and you probably know it, but it's under business tools, and you go to my business and then reports, and then Great Start is there, and you can click on it and it'll tell you the date. Like if they all started in, you know, July, it'll take you through how much they need to finish that Great Start and when their Great Start expires. So you can kind of track it, because, you know, they count in the month that they finish that 600. So do we, just in case you didn't know, that's where you can find that. Do we have anybody on here that got at least 4 Great Start qualified last month and earned their bonus? Anybody? Okay, Whitney B.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, so Whitney, unmute and tell us how you got 4 Great Start qualified in July.
Well, it was, I love being a director. Like, I know you guys have done this for a while, most of you, but it is so fun. I just love helping other people win. So I've really learned from watching, and especially from Nancy Beckwith, from her mentorship, that you recognize what you want. So I heard Nancy mention to me, Nancy Beckwith, sorry, I know there's 2 Nancys on here, so I'll try to be clear. But she mentioned to me that Callie had said that only about 7 to 8% of our unit actually builds a team. And the rest of them are really just like super duper extra over the top customers. So I really started to treat my Facebook page like my super duper extra over the top VIP page. Honestly, that's kind of how I treat that, where I treat my consultants like I do games on my Facebook page for my consultants, because I want them to see it as a place where they come to have fun and to just enjoy being there, because I know not everybody's going to order all the time, but if they always feel like this is a fun place to come hang out, then I know that they're going to be engaged in what our unit is doing. So I really recognized our Sparkler Achievers, and we really, really pushed hard at the end of June. I'm just going to be real. June was a really rough first month for our unit. It was a little scary. We barely got any of the things done that we needed to get done. But the good news was we recruited a lot of people at the end of June, which meant we had a lot of people putting in inventory in July. So a lot of those initial inventory orders, and trying to think as far as just like getting them started qualified, because I think all of them were actually, it was those first orders or within their first month orders that got them qualified. Nancy has a video on her website that shares about inventory, where she just like walks them through the options. And whenever I have a new consultant start, that's the first thing I direct them to, is they go watch the inventory video, and then we have a conversation. And I try to be really, really upfront with them. And I say, hey, look, inventory is not required, but here's what it's going to do for you. And if they say, oh, well, I'm really not sure if I can handle that, I'm like, that's fine. We're going to combine it with your debut. And then we set their debut date. So I try to not let them get off the hook of like, oh, well, I don't know when I want to do that. Like we have to get a date set, that color look is on the line, you know? So I think I just try to really get all of that wrapped up in one setting so that they see a way to get to 600 if they don't already have it. Because I know some people just put it on a card or whatever, but lately I found that most of my people are not wanting to do that. They want to do it combined with sales, which is totally fine. So then I have to really make sure that we've got a debut set and ready to go so that they see a path to get to what they want, if that makes sense. So just trying to point out the bonuses, remind them that it's not required, but just like telling them all the benefits of doing it seems to be really working. And then I recognize it so much on our Facebook page is like, these are the people who've gone above and over and around and over all the obstacles. And we all want to be like that. So I think those are just some things that helped.
Awesome. Way to go. I'm so proud. That's awesome. Nancy?
I have a question, Whitney. What kind of games do you put on? I mean, what do you do with that?
Yeah, I don't do like a ton of those. It's mostly going to be like informational, but I mean, sometimes on the weekends it'll be like, everybody post a GIF with your weekend plans and we'll try to guess what they are. So I try to do things that are just fun where you don't have to order to still feel like you're special, if that makes sense. Because I know that sometimes like just quite frankly, strategically, as a director, like we need them to work their business, but I just want them to feel like this is a place where they can come and be important and have a family that supports them no matter what, just like we do for each other, because we don't all have the best month every month. And with COVID going around, I just think we all need a place that's fun. So I mean, we do stuff with GIFs. I do a lot of polls on my group where they can click and select things because some people don't like to comment. They just want to click a button. So this past month, I had them vote on what kind of prizes they would want for Sparkler Achiever and Igniter and stuff like that. And I gave them categories. And they seem to really get excited about that because I thought, well, the prizes are for them, not for me. So what do they want? And I was blown out of the water because they all wanted office supplies. Like I would have been like jewelry or like, you know, like we want office supplies. And I was like, okay. So, but I mean, that tells me what's going to excite them. So those are just some things that I try to stay on top of.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Okay, so our next thing is in your unit, if you have at least 3 red jackets right now, wave 3 reds. Okay, if you have 4 reds, keep waving. If you have 5 reds, keep waving. If you have 6 reds, keep waving. All right, Nancy Vickery, 6 reds, woohoo! Are you doing anything to promote red right now within your unit? Because I know like there's so many things that we can focus on. And one of the things that I found is sometimes if we pick 1 or 2 things, the other things will come as part of that. And I am focusing on reds this month to build up some reds, teams of teams, getting back on that track. Of course, we focus on stars too right now because we're what, like 5 weeks out from the end of the star quarter. So, but Nancy, tell us if you're doing anything to help build reds. We'd love to hear.
Okay, we have like 8 reds. Okay, and I can tell you I have not done that, but I am focused on that this month. But I did do that about probably a year ago. Like I listened to one of the, I don't know, something that I guess it was Cheryl Steinman, or I think it was Cheryl Steinman. I listened to one of her CDs or whatever, and she said if you have at least 20 reds, you're talking, you could do like million or something, I don't know. But she broke it down. I can't remember the numbers, but she broke it down. So I really did, last year at this time, I really did a big push on reds. And I did that for like a 3 or 4 month period. And it's really been wild because most of them have kept their red status. I mean, they may go inactive for a month or two, but then they come back, you know, the people come back. So, you know, and I don't take them off of being red. I mean, I know in my newsletter, it does take them off because that shows whatever, but you know, I still treat them like they're one of our reds, and I do red jacket classes, and I do red jacket groups together, like where they can give each other ideas with, you know, I just try to make them feel really, really important for being a red jacket. So, but I'm doing that again now because we need to build more. So yeah. So
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing, and way to go. Yes, because if you think about it, I remember that class. I think they taught it at like seminar or something last year. And they talked about like breaking it down. If a red is responsible for a minimum of 3 people and they all did like 1,000 in production, like as an average, then they added it all up to see how much production you would get from so many reds. Does that sound familiar? I don't remember what the exact numbers are either, but I think that's awesome. And if we can be building up leaders to where sometimes people I find don't have the confidence, or new consultants. I don't know about you guys, but I've talked to several new consultants recently who have not had that confidence in themselves. And, you know, I didn't either when I was a new consultant. And so sometimes I think we forget that, but as they start to build and they get a new person, just that one person, hey, they're a senior consultant, and they get that excitement. And if you can get them into red, they can really start to look a little bit further up the career path. So I think that that's really smart, and congratulations, Nancy, on your reds.
Yeah, she had the exact number. I can't remember the numbers, y'all, but I have notes on it that I'll have to find. But she had the exact number of how many reds would take you to Cadillac. And that's what I was really focused on at that time. And that's what I really worked toward. But I didn't quite make that number, but we did build. So,
but look where you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
Okay.
Great. Yeah.
So the last thing I wanted to do, we have about 10 minutes or so. I just wanted to open it up for anybody who had something they were excited about. If you wanted to share maybe a victory at the end of June, closing out the year, or maybe you're excited about something that you're working on now for August or this new year. Before I do that though, I thought that would be a great way for us to close, just on a positive and us lifting each other up and sharing our ideas. But I did want to just kind of remind you guys of a couple things. I have just a few announcements. One is, very sadly, we had to cancel the fall retreat. It was scheduled for October 3rd, and we just, you know, it takes too much ahead of time to plan the food and pay for the space and all that, and not knowing what's going on with COVID. We have some people who are like, when are we meeting in person? And then there's other people that are like, I am not leaving my house. And so, you know, we really gave it a lot of thought. We had to cancel it, but we are working on the possibility of doing a virtual fall event, which would be free. There wouldn't be any charge. And we're kind of, Emily and Callie and I are kind of talking about maybe bringing in some guest speakers for that and seeing what we can come up with. So there should be another option in its place for that. So I wanted to let you know about that. The other thing is, don't forget, the deadline for seminar is the 13th, which is just in 6 days or 7 days, I think, if you count today. You know, and you want to get those people registered, because this will be the easiest it is ever to go to seminar. Not having to fly to Dallas, take off 3 days from work, leave your family. I mean, there's no reason in the world why we can't get a significant number of people in our units to participate. And I've been telling mine, I mean, honestly, it is going to cost $5. I mean, you know, you're going to pay $45, but then you get $40 off your first order after the event. It's $5 to come to seminar. Are you kidding me? And did you guys see that the Grammy award-winning, oh my gosh, I just blanked, Laura Daigle is going to be the performer, yeah, or at least one of the performers during seminar. Wow, I mean, you guys, this is going to be over the moon. I'm really, really excited about seminar. The last thing is PCP. I know you guys know all that. The deadline is the 17th, and that's the holiday book. So I have found with my newer girls, they don't get why we just paid for a fall book and now we have a holiday book. But I've been really stressing the importance of the holidays and, you know, getting them on board with that. So I just wanted to remind everyone of those few things. And Debbie Dodge asked, is the virtual fall advance going to be on October 3rd? That's a great question. Debbie, I don't know yet. I don't know. I think it's going to depend on if we get the guest speakers and then when they're available, but we will let you guys know as soon as possible. I'd love to do it, you know, on that date since we kind of already had it set. So we'll see what we can work out for that, but we'll definitely let you know as soon as we figure all the details out of that. So now I'm going to open it up for anybody who has something great that you want to share. Maybe you didn't get an opportunity to talk today, but you want to share something that a great, you know, something from this past seminar year, because I know we didn't meet in July. Maybe something about your June finish, or maybe something you're excited about for this new year that you think might encourage other people as well. Does anybody want to share? Nina.
So I have something that I've done for, I can't remember how long I'm a sales director. I think maybe like 26 years or 20, I can't remember. But from the beginning, I used to send out postcards on the first of the month, whether it was a handwritten postcard to anyone or just Lisa Madsen, $1 Million Director, used to run off labels, and she would just stick them on postcards as she was working with her people throughout the month, and she would just write a little note to them, and it would make her call every single person in her unit. So the first thing that we did 6 months ago was on the first of the month, we sent out their status postcards. Now I have someone who does virtual. They'll send out their virtual status to them too, but immediately in the first week, they get their status postcard. And then the second week, I mail out a second postcard to them, and I just have postcards, you know, like Mary Kay postcards or postcards that I made, you know, on my computer, loved talking with you, but I make sure that I put every single person their label on there also. So every month at the beginning of the month, I buy 2 rolls of stamps. One, they get out the normal postcard letting them know what the status is. And then second, it makes me speak in person to every single person. And that connection got made. And I think that's why our training has a second postcard for me that says, I'm so excited to be able to have had the opportunity to speak with you about your goals. I know you can do it. I see you in a red jacket. I know you'll be a senior consultant. Star consultant is on the horizon. And the second thing that I want to tell you is I took Elizabeth Viola's beach house theme, but I made it 4-quarter stars because I have people everywhere. So I couldn't get everybody here just for 1 quarter. You know, and especially with this whole COVID thing that's going on. So I have 4-quarter stars, and I have that information. I could share that flyer with you guys.
Please do.
I don't know what the house is. Yeah, I made it up, and here's the other thing I did. As long as they got on target for 2 months for their car, so there's a second way to win, she and her entire team, whether they're stars or not, can come to the beach house too. And anyone that does the princess court or the queen court of either sharing or sales, I will fly them here. I'm going to pay completely for them to come. And I'm a great cook. So when they come for the weekend, we're just never going to a restaurant. I'm a great cook. So I can just like go to Sam's, buy all the food, grill hamburgers or chicken or whatever, and we'll be fine, but we'll be on the beach. We'll all be together. So I will post that here. I made that up, and that's another thing for star consultants for this quarter. I am driving that point home that if they're not a star this quarter, they can't come to the beach. And they all want to see one another. So I'll share that after this is over. And that's all I have. Thank you very much. Oh, and we did the $300,000 unit club because of those postcards. I know it.
Hey, Nina, if you have the flyer, can you post it in the Voxer group?
I sure will.
That would be great.
I'm parked now, so I'm good.
Awesome. Anybody else have something exciting? And unit club, I mean, that's exciting. That's huge. Way to go, Nina. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I wanted to share or ask if, because we all have the information at our fingertips, it's Elaine, but sometimes we forget we have everything that we need at our fingertips. Did you guys remember what Mary Kay promised in May?
Yes.
Nancy's going, yes, yes, yes. So I'm not sure if you have looked at, yes, everyone has. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't, I remembered it, but I didn't really understood what it meant. So for those who may be like me, that have the memory but don't really get what it meant, our May production was carried into July, right? And so what it did was it gave us a boost for this coming seminar year. Yay. What you on? You on target for million, Nancy? You look like you're on target.
I'm on target for $500,000, they're telling me. So excited.
I will have to tell you that I got so excited. Okay, so in July we know we're just all like, whatever. Anyway, and it was so fun to look on the sheet and say you are on target for, and I'm like, I'm on target for $500,000. All right, it's crazy, but but that is true. It's just because they did that May, that really changed everything. So it gives you kind of a boost to go this year,
If I'm on before 50, you had to be able to track it because a track number grows. So figure it out by your average, because Mary Kay give us all our statistics and our average. Figure out your average of what your people do, and then track that number that Mary Kay has given you. I'm excited about it. I was like, 450,000? What? Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you guys to look at it so that your heart can race.
Yeah.
And you can get on it because Mary Kay has our best interest at heart. And then I wanted to ask you guys, because I'm learning to be technology savvy. I'm getting so good at it. But Kelly sent me some information for her new consultant training that she does, along with tracking how she keeps her prizes and gifts that she gives, because I give the same thing. I don't even remember. But I can't open it up. It's not working. Does anyone have it in a form where someone who is as savvy as me can get the information?
I think we could probably ask Callie to maybe send a PDF or something, or to share it maybe.
Well, also, I will post the name of the assistant that put that together. And Elaine, she's really great. If you Vox her, she will answer your questions. And I kept telling her, I want to compensate you for your time. I don't want to waste your time, and it might be worth it just to Vox with her a little bit, because she gave me just super detailed step by step and was very, very helpful before I ever even paid her for anything. And at first she just answered my questions without charging me anything, just to answer my questions. So yeah.
Okay. So Kathy, you can send that to me. You know what? I'm going to work on that Vox thing. I think I've been Voxing people that I weren't supposed to be Voxing. I do that on Facebook. I say happy birthday to somebody who said happy birthday to someone else. I'm a telephone person, and if I can do that, or email or text, but for whatever reason, my Voxing skills, I'm going to need to practice on those things.
Yeah, well, that's how I'll send her profile. That way you can ask her questions, so you're getting the exact right profile. But I have just a quick little tip, and this may sound super kindergarten, but you guys, the $1 million message is that 5 day a week. Callie usually does the Fridays, and this, I don't know when I started it, but anyways, I really started listening to that every day. And what I love about it is it gives you a peek into the mind of the top you know, it's $1 million directors like Jordan Eichers on there, and Kristen Sharp and Callie and Crystal Hunsaker. So it's top directors, and then also national sales directors. And a lot of the directors are daughters of nationals. And what I love about it is that it's quick. It's 15 or 20 minutes. It's totally relevant to exactly what's going on with the company. And sometimes it's instructional, sometimes it's inspirational. And what I started doing, I started telling my unit about it and challenging them by 11 a.m. Monday through Friday to listen to it. But I created a Vox group for my very top people. And I call it the $1 Million Leaders. And so what we do is every day, all of us, is when we listen to the $1 Million Message, then we, you know, Vox back and forth about what we loved about it and what we'll implement or what wasn't our style or whatever. And it's just it has really bonded. There's a girl from Foley, there's a girl from Defuniak Springs, and there's a girl from Minnesota on there, and then myself. And it really just helps me with my creativity. And it also, gives us, you know, like a positive focus, you know, like there's been just a lot of course, information, ideas, inspiration, encouragement about, you know, all the quarantine stuff and how to work virtual. And, you know, it's just really good. And, you know, they've been doing it for 9 years, you guys, and it's just really just such a great resource and just easy way to kind of get your brain going in the right direction every morning. So just wanted to plug that.
Thanks, Kathy. That's wonderful. I think, you know, just having something, like you said, the $1 million mindset, it's just a peek into how they think. And it is relevant. I love that, you know, they address what's going on today and what might be on our minds, whether it's new product or how to pivot with COVID or, you know, whatever it is. So thank you for that reminder.
I have it set in my phone, and this is what I tell my girls. I have it set in my phone as a contact. So it's right there. And so even when I'm driving, I mean, literally sometimes I'm listening to it while I'm in the shower. I mean, I don't have to make sure that I'm sitting down with a candle lit and a notebook, you know, just my, you know, my shot in the arm. And so I'll post that just in case anybody doesn't have that information.
Great. That's wonderful. Okay. Anyone else have anything to share before we close this morning? Julie?
Elaine, I put the information of that virtual assistant in the notes here. I used her as well after Callie and Kathy's recommendation. She put my new consultant checklist together, and she's working as a virtual assistant to get communication out to my unit for me. And I agree with Kathy. She was amazing to work with. So you've got her phone number there, her email. You can also Vox her.
Thank you, Julie, for sharing that. Okay, well, you guys, I am so excited that we got to spend some time together this morning. Yay. And thank you for letting me host. I just didn't want us to have to wait till the end of the month or wait another month to be able to get together and share. And, you know, so I appreciate you guys, all your time today. And so proud of all of our—
You did a great job, Nancy.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Nancy.
You were amazing.
Thank you, Nancy.
All of that recognition stuff, but you are great. Awesome.
Thank you. Well, I'm just following
So
Kate's lead, you know, like just trying to, what would she do? How would she recognize? And, but it's so, I think it's needed because, you know, we pour so much of ourselves into our people, and, you know, we need that recognition too. So I think it's fun to shine the spotlight on what we have going on as directors as well. I think that's important. Nancy?
Yeah, and y'all, thank everybody for sharing. I mean, I've got like 2 pages of notes here, and I'm so excited. This was like a boost.
So amazing.
It gave me a boost in my arm. Yeah.
Great minds think alike. So you guys have a great day. We'll see if we can line one up for September.
It's like, wow.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. All right.
Be safe.
Okay.
Thanks, Nancy.
That's exactly it.
Bye.